Sociology from Swarthmore, Pennsylvania. He's number 25, a tailback who has been described as the more elusive than other tailbacks. He's also run indoor track for the Mountaineers. In high school, he was honored by the Maxwell Club as one of Philadelphia's top 20 football players. And the title of Khari's speech is, "You're Probably Right."
My brother Iko was 4 years older than I, and I've always considered him to be one of my biggest role models. In 1993, he graduated from one of the premier business schools, Wharton in Pennsylvania. Presently, he works for Price Waterhouse. Because I respect his intelligence, I put a lot of faith in the advice that he gives me. One thing he always told me to remember was this: whether you think you can't or think you can't, you're probably right. One of the first times that he told me this was when I was a freshman in high school. Following his footsteps weren't always easy. Not only was he a good student academically, but he was also a great athlete. When I came along, people in high school expected me to be the same type of student. That was easier to do athletically than academically. We both played the same position on the football team, which was running back. Therefore, he knew what it took to be great at that position. He came to many of my high school football games, and he saw that I was good, but there were a lot of things that I could do that I hadn't done, probably because I lacked confidence. That was when he told me that if I really wanted to excel, that I could. It was a matter of my attitude and what I thought I could do. I kept that in mind, and I received numerous awards, including the prestigious Maxwell Award. The second time my brother reminded me of the importance of a positive attitude involved track. I was a member of the track team and competed in an indoor event which occurred in the winter. I had a slightly pulled hamstring and was considering dropping out of the competition. The event in which I was most interested in was the 55-meter dash. Once again, my brother Iko told me that if I really wanted to compete and win, that I could. I did want to win. I competed, so I won. So I became the state champion in the indoor 55-meter dash. Iko was also there for me academically. If my parents told me that I had a bad semester, he'd give me a call. His words were always encouraging and centered upon having a positive attitude. Even though he and my parents basically gave me the same advice, it was always different coming from him. In addition to being my big brother, he was also one of my greatest peers, and I knew that if it had worked for him, that it would be successful for me. There were other areas of life when my brother insisted that I have faith in myself. One of my friends, Tony, also had an older brother named Greg, which was my brother's best friend. One night, Iko and I went over to their house, and Greg hadn't seen me for a long time. He had made a comment regarding how much I had grown and how much bigger I've gotten. And he said, he was taunting me and said that he could still take me. I told him to calm down or he might get hurt. and that made things even worse. He was used to me running from him like I used to do when I was little. I finally looked at my brother, and he just shrugged his shoulders and gave me a look that said, "You gotta do what you gotta do." So I hit Greg in the chest. That was the first time and the last time I ever had a conflict with one of my brother's older friends. Having confidence in oneself is one of the most important lessons to have in life. My brother was right. Whether you think you can't or think you can't, you're probably right.